Good morning. Welcome to my channel. In the last video, we have done with the data structures. And now from this video, we'll start with the new chapter, chapter number 3, that is working with the function. So very first question which comes in our mind is, what do you mean by function? So what do you mean by function? So when we have a large program, when we just convert large program into smaller parts, then that unit is known as a function. Got it? So it means when the large program is broken down into a smaller units, or you can say smaller part or smaller units, at that time that unit is known as a function. Okay, for example, suppose I have to make a one program of school management. So in that, obviously, when I just make a one program of school management, it is very difficult to make the whole program. At that time, I divide it into a different modules and give it to someone else. For example, this is for admission, this is for marks, this is for account, this is for canteen. So I just give all these modules to a different person, and when they completed, after that I just combine together. So it means what function does, what is the need of the function. So I just write this also, what is the, so next question, reason to use, why we use function. So these are only the reasons. Very first reason, to make the program handling very easily. Why? Because I already have given you the example in the school management program. It is very difficult to handle all the modules by one person. So when it is divided into a different functions, so the handling becomes very easy. And second, to reduce the program size also. Because if I just make the function, at that time when I use it so many times in the program, no need to write it again and again. We only call that function again. Okay, so to reduce the program size also, we need the function. So this is the function. Now we start with a syntax of the function. Okay, so what is the syntax of the function? How it is to be defined? Very first, when I have to make a function, we have to firstly write def. Def is what? That is definition. That is definition. What is Kelsey? Kelsey is the name of the function. What is the x here? X here is argument to the function. And after this definition, we always have to put a colon here. If we will not put a colon, so our syntax will be wrong. So very firstly, we have to write def, then any name of the function, whatever the name of the function we have to make, we have to write that. And then in the bracket, we have to write the argument, which we have to the pass to this function, and after that, colon. In this way, we make a definition. And after the definition, whatever the thing we want to write, we just write, but after giving indentation. Suppose I just want to write anything. Suppose I just write R is equal to 2 into R. So means this is the indentation. I just give this line, this space, because for parallelly def, here this is parallel. But no, you have not, you have to give the indentation here. It means this line is in between this definition. So this is known as the indentation. And if you want to return it, how you can write from here? Just write return R. Okay, so this is the only syntax which you have to write while making any function. This is the main one, and whatever the code you want to write, you just write in between of that. So we'll discuss that later on. Firstly, def is the definition, means that is the starting of the function. What do you mean by this? It is starting of the function. This is the name of the function, and these are the arguments to the function which we want to give. And that colon, what it signifies? What it signifies? It signifies end of the def line. End of def line. What is def line? Means definition line. This colon means this. Okay. Okay. So I am just telling you firstly all the syntax, and then we'll move further. Okay. After that, how we call a function. Next thing comes, how we call any function. Okay. So right now we have made the previous function. कौन सा बनाया था? Def Kelsey A. हमने ये function बनाया था. Now, if I want to call this function anywhere, how I can write? Firstly, you have to write the function name. You have to write the function name, and in the bracket, whatever the argument you just pass, you have to pass that value here. Means this value goes to this argument. Got it? Means how you call the function. Firstly, you just write the name of the function. Whatever the name you just write in the def, that name is to be the same one. And then here it comes a value. It means whatever the value you just pass to this argument. So at that time you just pass this value. Okay, like, okay, I just give you one example now. So this is the function I have made. I have made the cube x. So it doesn't mean I am not finding a cube and I cannot write this cube. So this is a function name only. It doesn't mean whatever the thing you have to do here, you just write here. Okay. So don't think like this. But yes, you just write the thing which is a probable one. So I just write mul. Okay. Def mul x res is equal to x into 3 return res. So I just make one function of mul. And in the main function, what I just do, I just put a mul of 3. So what will be the answer here? If I just call, this is what, this is for the calling one. This is the calling. Why this is calling? Because I just use this function name as it is. And here, whatever the argument, I just put the value here. So it means this value is of this x. So what is this? This here comes 3. So 3 into 3, 9. So return R. If I just write print, after that I just write the print statement also. If I just write print, so in that print, क्या print करोगे? res, okay, I just write print result is res. So here what is res? यहाँ res में क्या गया था? 3 multiplied by 3. So here the answer comes 9. Okay, it means what? It means firstly you have to make a definition. After that, if you want to make a print statement, obviously at that time you have to put a return here. If you will not put a return, then it will not print it. Returns means it just give you the value return. Return when you click, it moves to this one, print statement. Okay, so this is one example. Okay, after that we have a various function types. Okay, let us do that. We have a 3 categories of Python functions. One is built-in. One is built-in function. Second is function defined in modules. And third is user defined functions. So we have a 3 type of functions: built-in function, use function defined in modules, and user defined function. So built-in functions are what? That are predefined functions. What built-in name itself signify that are predefined functions and are always available for the use. For example, int function, input function, length function. So these all are the example of predefined functions. Second is function defined in modules. So which are these functions? These are the predefined functions, no doubt, but it is in the particular module. How? Suppose I want to use a sine function, cos function. So these functions are in the special module that is a math. So when I want to use these functions, very firstly, we have to import the maths in our program. After that only we will use this. That's why this is known as a function defined in modules. It means this is already a predefined function, but it is in some module. We have to import that module if I want to use these functions. For example, sine, cos. Okay, so these are some ones. User defined functions are what? These are defined by programmer. If I want to make my function, so I can make that. So it is defined by programmer. So these are the 3 functions which are used in a program. Okay, so okay, now we'll make some programs. We will make a simple programs. Oh, very simple program. I will start with it. Program to add 2 numbers only through a function. So obviously we are doing the function chapter. So through a function. So I am only adding the 2 numbers through a function. So what I have to do? I have to make a function. How I can make a function? Def. Very firstly, I start with the def only. Then I want to take, find out the sum. I just make the function C of sum. So you can write your name, you can write the sum also, only sum. So there is a 2 number. add two numbers. So obviously in this we have to put the argument 2. I put a x comma y, and after that finishing line, so I just put a colon here. So how you can add? So you put the result in any number. So I take a S here for the sum. So I already told, if you want to print anything, you have to write a return. So I just write return S. Now obviously you have to take this value also. If I want these value from the user, how we can take? So in the first I just num1 is equal to, so whether I want to this, when I just add these number, maybe it is of integer and maybe it is of float. So I can, if I just write int here, so it will not be a decimal value. If I want decimal values also, so I just write here float input, enter the first number, same num2 float input, enter the second number. Now I just take the input. I have taken the input. Now I want a function call. Function call I already told you function call कैसे करते हैं. सबसे पहले function call का नाम लिखा. Function call क्या है? Kelsey sum. So x की वैल्यू किस में जा रही है? num1 में. So I just write here num1. y की वैल्यू किस में जा रही है? num2 में. So I just write here num2. Now, if I want to print this function, I put this in one variable. I put it into some variable. So I simple print sum is sum. Why I write sum here? Because whatever the function I just call, that is in the sum. So I just write here sum. Again, listen carefully. So this is the program only to add the two numbers. How we can do that? Firstly, I have taken this definition. Then Kelsey sum is the name of the function. Then I take the two arguments x and y. And then simple colon. Colon means it is the end of the function. After that s. S is equal to x plus y. X means I just take these arguments and I simply put the value into the s and then return s. It means I have to print it. Now I have to take two values from the user. I put it into num1 and num2. So this x value is num1. This y value is num2. Then I just make a function call here. This is the what? Function call. Kelsey sum num1 comma num2. Why I take num1 num2? Because here there are two arguments x and y, और x किसमें है? num1 में, y किसमें है? num2. When I call this function, the cursor moves from here to here. Okay, so this function will run automatically, and whatever the answer it will be, it goes to the sum function, and after that I just print the sum. So this is a very simple program to add the two numbers. Okay, one thing more. So in this we have a two things. We have a arguments, we have a parameters. So what are this? If the value is being passed through a function call, we have a two things here. Value being passed through a function call, this one, and value is received in the function definition. We have a two things. This is passed, this is received. So if we received means this is known as the parameters. Value being received as a parameter and value being passed as a arguments. Got it? We have a two words. We have a argument word. We have a parameter word. Again, I am saying we have a argument word and we have a parameter word. value being received as a parameter and value being passed in a function call is a argument. Okay, so these are the two things. Now again, parameters are of two types. We have a two type of the parameters. We have a formal parameter. We have a actual parameters also. We have a two type of parameter, actual and so we have a two type of parameters, actual and formal. So whatever the parameter is passed in this header definition, like this, these two, this is known as a formal one. This is known as a formal parameters. Okay, whatever the parameter is to be passed into the definition. In whatever the parameter is passed in the function call, like this one, this is known as a actual parameter. So this question always comes, what is the difference between formal parameter and actual parameter? So whenever the parameters are passed into the function definition, means the value received in the function definition header is known as a formal parameter or formal argument. But the values being passed through a function call statement are called actual parameters or actual arguments. Basically, actually तो हम यही pass कर रहे हैं ना. What this value is being used when, because we are taking this value from the user and actually we are using this. That's why its name is the actual one and other one name is a formal one. So this is a two differences between that. Okay, now we have one more thing. Okay, passing parameters. Next topic is passing parameters. So Python supports three type of basically parameters. Okay, it basically supports three type of parameters. कौन से? पोजिशनल आर्ग्यूमेंट बेटा यहाँ इसको बोल देते हैं रिक्वायर्ड आर्ग्यूमेंट. Also it also known as a required argument. Second is default and third is keyword. यहाँ इसको named भी बोलते हैं, keyword और named argument. Okay, positional argument. So very firstly we'll start with the positional argument. Okay, positional argument बेटा क्या होते हैं? We'll start with that. Suppose in the definition we just tried this. So in the definition I just tried this. So when I call this function, so whatever the thing I just write, whatever the value I write here, so it will move to first here, it will move to second here, and it will move to second. Positional means positional argument. Whatever the first value is, that moves to the first position. Second value moves to the second position, and third value moves to the third position. This is known as a positional argument. Okay. Second is default argument. Default argument में क्या होते हैं? If I just write def, Okay. Default argument, it means if this R will not be given in the function call, it will be taken as default. So it will not give an error. Either there are only two arguments, but here there are three. But it will not produce an error. So by default, it will take R as a point one. Sometime it will be written as like this. Again, there will be no error. Obviously, three arguments are here. Three arguments are here. How it will be an error? So, but this 4 will be override to this. This will be override. Default means what? If it is not given, so by default we can take this. But yes, if any other thing is given, so obviously you have to take that only. At that time, you will not take this default. Got it? Basically, these topics helps in your programming only. It will never come directly. Okay. So this is the default argument. Next is the keyword argument. So if I take the same function, def interest PRT, I have taken the same one. So when I call this one, so at that time I just write so this is the keyword. What do you mean by this? I am just changing their positions. It doesn't mean P goes to this because it is a keyword argument. Where there is P, so it will move there only. Where it is R, it will move to there. Where it is T, it will move there. This is the keyword argument. In the keyword argument, we can change the order, but the thing is that it moves to the only corresponding data, because in the positional argument, what I just read that very first value is moved to the first argument, second value is moved to the second argument, third and to the third argument, so on. But in the keyword, we can change the order if we are giving the keys value to it. So this is a keyword argument. Now we will discuss one program more. How we can calculate the simple interest. So this is a program regarding the simple interest. So we all know what is the simple interest. So I just do that program. So how we can do def interest T is equal to 2, R is equal to 0.10. It means I am using here default arguments. We have done the three arguments: positional, default and keyword. So here we are using the default. If the T and R will not be given, so by default it will be taken as a 2 and 0.1. So return P into R into T. So I have written only this. So after that I will take the value from the user. Okay, I just write outside. So I have to take the principal value. I just write prince is equal to float input enter principal amount, enter principal. So I have taken the principal value. Okay. So after that, I simply call my function because P and R is already given in the question. I just simple call function name. This function is interest So I have to call only this one, prince. So by default, it will automatically called because these are the two default ones. So whatever the value is there, I just put it into SI. मैंने SI में put कर लिया इसे and simple मैंने print करवा दिया. Print. So whatever the principal, I just write a rupee SI. So मेरा principal आ गया. Okay. So I know time मुझे पता है, RO मुझे पता है. So simple मैं उसको print करवा सकती हूँ. If I taking the by default. But if you want to take it from the user, you can do that also. Okay. So how you can find out this interest? So how you can? So I can call SI. So I just write SI here. I just write SI. Firstly, I take the value from the user only. Okay. Rate of interest. I just write ROI. ROI is for the rate of interest. That is float, input, enter the rate. Then I take the input of time, int, input, enter the time. Then I have to calculate only. Formula we know. इंटरेस्ट हमने सिर्फ फंक्शन कॉल किया. फंक्शन में p किस में आया हुआ है? दिस प्रिंस में. देन आई जस्ट राइट PRNC. t किस में आया हुआ है? टाइम में. एंड रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट किस में आया हुआ है? ROI में. सिंपल इंटरेस्ट फॉर्मूला. सो वी हैव टू डिवाइड इट बाय 100 ऑल्सो. जो भी रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट है, बिकॉज हेयर इट इज अ पॉइंट 0.10. ओके. सो आई जस्ट पुट इट डिवाइडेड बाय 100. जो टाइम आया डिवाइडेड बाय 100 एंड सिंपली आई प्रिंट दैट. प्रिंट रुपीज SI2. Okay, got it? So in this way, you can make any program. Firstly, the thing you have to read the statement, what this statement tells, and after that, you can write according to the syntax. Like in this, they have given the PTR. So I firstly take the value of P, then take the value of T, then take the value of R. And simply after that I just make the function calls only. In the very firstly you have to make a definition, and after that only the function calls. So this is all about the today's lecture. In the next video we'll start with the next topic, that is returning value. So this chapter is still continued in the next video, and keep watching my channel and keep subscribing to get the new videos at all.